Just a couple other NBA overall topics, and this one I feel like everyone in the world has some thoughts about. Karl-Anthony Towns is now a member of the New York Knicks.
Woo! I was like, what? Did you see my tweet? I was like, what?
Yeah, I think all you said was what, and
What?
Because that was the night of the that you threw out the first pitch, and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden these murmurs start coming out like, Cat's going to the Knicks.
He's gonna be in New York like this.
You think Cat's going to enjoy New York City?
Of course, He's Dominican, right?
He played for the Dominican national
he's
team.
Dominican.
He's Dominican.
He has to be Dominican. He doesn't. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna enjoy New York. They're gonna love him. It's a lot of like. It's like it's like me going to New York. Like it's a lot of big Greek community out there. They're gonna show him love. Show him the ropes, everything. That they go. And then he's a hell of a player, man. He's gonna crush it. He's gonna be great. I just don't know. I only know that Julius went to
Minnesota.
Minnesota, right?
There was a pick involved. There was also one of your former teammates, Dante DiVincenzo, sent to Minnesota.
True. And
so
Dante.
When I saw that, I wanted to ask you. You know Dante a little bit, obviously.
Yeah.
They just put together the Nova Knicks, right?
Yeah.
They have everyone and their mom who played for Villanova in New York, and then he gets shipped out.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be kind of upset about that, right?
If Dante's gonna be upset, I mean, as much as any other player would be. I think like the business is business, but you gotta, you gotta give Dante so much credit for just he's been in different teams and he's always been professional and he's always like, hey, he goes out there and he hoops, he plays, and then obviously he signed a big contract with the Knicks, right?
Yep.
So that's that was his reward for sure. But I know it's unfortunate he doesn't get to do the Nova Knicks, stint.
And he was one of the. I mean, he had a game winner in one of their playoff games last year. Like he was a big part of that team.
Yes.
So now that you're in this whole media world, podcasting, you can't discuss a trade, right, without saying who won the trade. Now we haven't seen these guys on the court, but we need your instant analysis on who won. Is it the Knicks getting Cat, or is it the Wolves bringing back Julius Randle, Dante, and a pick?
I think so. The Knicks needed a shooting big. They do have Mitchell, who I don't know. Okay, obviously maybe he doesn't shoot it in the game, but I've seen him shoot. So he could shoot, but I don't think that's what he's.
It's just not his
his game at the moment. From the first glance, it looks like the Knicks won.
Okay.
Right. From the first glance, you see it and it's like, oh, shoot, okay, they won, but not one in the consideration of say, oh my God, it was great. I can't believe it, they won. But in the sense of that's what they needed, that's what they got. Now, in terms of continuity, I don't know. I think it's Dante a big piece. That's to be discussed, to be seen. It's Julius. I think Julius gave whatever he had for the squad. I think he went out there and and I think people kind of don't understand for players like that. Like, be like, oh man, bully ball and this and that. Like, bro, do you understand how much energy, how much practice, how much even when you're hurt and not hurt, keep playing, because that type of game is different. Like, you got to go through bodies, you got to just and dig it every night. And I think he really brought them where they were supposed to be to go to the next level.
On the flip side of that,
Minnesota,
Julius, Ant Edwards, Dante, Rudy Gobert, that's not a bad roster.
No. That's what I'm saying. But in first glance, I'm just saying. Now I'm saying it outside. I'm outside of the Knicks and Minnesota. First glance, oh shoot, okay, they got a Cat. Like, I respect. Bro, Cat is an amazing player
for sure.
Did you see him play against the Denver Nuggets? Bro, against the Denver Nuggets, this guy was absolute for the team. I mean, now, when it comes to the team Minnesota, I feel like, okay, they got somebody he can really be more physical. He will go to the rim. He would challenge guys. Now, if he's gonna fit with Rudy, I don't know. I cannot tell you off the rip oh yeah, they're gonna fit. Great. Dante will fit anywhere.
Yeah.
There ain't no discussion about Dante. Dante will play whatever you put him in. He will fit and he will play. So then everything has to be between Anthony Edwards. And now people will go. I saw some people online saying hey, they had to pick between Anthony and Cat. No, it's not true. it's not like they picked. They just did whatever was best for the team.
Yeah, and then you can project like, oh, they're gonna have to offer so much money coming up, and try.
They did.
Trying to get that done because Edwards is getting a max deal, 100%. It's not even in question. So now they're gonna be
too.
Yeah, so now they're gonna be set up to make sure whatever that max deal looks like in 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, they'll be able to offer it to him. But honestly, this is one of the trades where and we're so far away from who actually won.
No,
it looked like it worked out pretty well for both teams.
Yeah, for both teams. But first glance is you go New York, of course. You go Brunson and Cat, and not because Anthony and the other guys are not good. I'm just saying from the standpoint of compatibility. Mm-hmm. A big point guard.
That pick and roll.
I don't know how it's going to look, but continuity.
There's just so many options because Cat can step outside. He doesn't have to roll every time.
But then if Cat's going to step outside, you're going to switch. So it's I'm telling you, we have to see them on the court. So. And this is going to be the first year. But I'm hoping for both teams to do their best, not against us, against anybody else. But what I would say that people don't talk about at all is not that the trade between them, how it looks, how he brings the standings between everybody else in the league. Mm-hmm. In the league, because now you said something. You said, oh, now they don't have to pay max. You think Jules Randle is not going to ask for the max? He's not going to ask for the most money he can get?
He's going to get the most money he can get, for sure. What that looks like, I'm assuming it's a little bit less than Cat. Yeah, that's just my assumption. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, but what about Rudy?
He's getting max money.
Exactly. What about Anthony Edwards?
All the money.
Exactly.
Every cent.
So one of the other reasons I said about New York, because then New York has two players who kind of are close to the max, but nobody else is really close to the max. But Minnesota is going to have now to say, hey, okay, now at some point I'm going to have to pay Julius. I'm going to have to pay Rudy. I'm going to have to pay Anthony Edwards. Not even a debate for those guys. So now it becomes this. So
yeah, it's interesting. So the whole media part of this is what we're going to have to get you. You have to just yell and scream about one opinion, and you can't make sense of it the way you have here. Like you're gonna be too smart for this whole media world. We're gonna have to tone that down. I gotta tone that down. I need the biggest hot take you can think of on the spot regarding you gotta hop on TV and be like, the Knicks are now the favorite to win the title. That's how we do this.
Yeah, I know, but it's not true though. It's not true. It's far from true, actually. No, because
we gotta get Jay Williams on the phone.
Yeah,
I know. A couple lessons on this real quick.
I know, but I can see why people would say it. But
for sure.
On first glance, the Knicks won.